What? What? Monkey Jones is gonna break your bones. He knows what he's talking about. He got stats, you know. A homegrown stone cold balls out killer and a no-doubt thriller living in the back of a distillery.
Digi B going green, thinking about life and shit. He's got a big dick, plenty on his mind to spit. So don't doubt his legitimacy. When you see his post, don't think we share and retweet.
Holy shit! Welcome everybody to the inaugural episode of Insufferable Internet Social Media Argument, the podcast. I am your host, DigiBro, and joining me today is my co-host, the magnificent
Monkey Jones. Hey everybody, welcome to the maiden voyage. Let's all hope that there is a leak in this ship and that we sink down to the depths of the ocean and fucking drown, baby. Here we go.
Now, Monkey, for this first episode, just as a special thing, I thought it might be a good idea for us to break up the formula of this show.
Okay.
And to introduce a whole new segment.
Well, hey, that'd be news to me because I don't know what any of this shit is. So please fill us all in,
our brand new segment on the show that we're going to be doing from now on, unlike what we've been doing before.
The first minute of the first episode, yep.
We're gonna
also
be doing,
known as the first segment of the show.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this brand new segment, never before seen on the show before, called...
I mean, you're not wrong.
Called DigiBro and Monkey Jones Slow Motion Suicide.
Okay, what does that consist of? It's so ambiguous in the name.
Well, the idea is that me and you are both barreling towards death at the moment.
That makes sense.
I think we can agree.
Sure.
And we've both chosen the same poison by which to get there.
Alcohol?
We thought we'd be hanging ourselves or shooting ourselves, but after months and months of cowardice, we finally figured out that the slow dose is the real way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, Monkey, why don't you tell us about your alcohol? Like, how have you been killing yourself lately?
So tonight I've been downing some Four Locos. The first one I had was the strawberry lemonade flavor, which I actually recommend. But now I'm trying something new. It's 14% alcohol content, Four Loko gold flavor. And that's all we know about the flavor. It just says gold flavor. It doesn't describe what goes into it. It just says gold.
It has artificial flavor. It doesn't say artificial what.
It doesn't tell you like if it's based off of anything. So I think this is just what gold tastes like. But it's a pretty good drink. I'd actually recommend this one if you want to slowly drink yourself to death.
It's got that 24 karat magic. It's
it's like it's a regular Bugs Bunny with all those carrots.
What would you give to go back to when Four Loko was actually killing people?
Oh my god. Oh my, if I would have been of the drinking age when that was available, I would have already been dead.
For those who don't know, Four Loko is a drink that used to be a alcoholic energy drink, and it killed too many people, so they outlawed it.
Yeah, now I think they took out the energy and it's just alcohol.
Yeah,
which
now
is
you're just drinking it in the spirit of death, much like much like your Elliot Rogers audiobooks and stuff.
Yep. Now I just have to mix it with a 5-hour energy and hope for the best.
Yeah, we've both been, I think you said you drank through every day of February. It's currently March 18th. How much of March have you drank through so far?
Probably 80%.
80%?
I've slowed down a bit.
I got inspired by you. You told me that you drank so much in February, and I thought, well, Monkey's still able to put out funny content even while that drunk that often. So clearly I could do the same. So I started drinking extra to compensate and catch up.
And your videos have never been worse, so your hypothesis was wrong.
Absolutely incredible. So...
Dizzy, what the fuck is this podcast? It's not about beer, is it?
No, this is the slow motion suicide segment of the podcast. I'm drinking Arrogant Bastard. That's how I'm killing myself tonight. Anyway, let's get on. Let's move past this segment, you know.
It's my favorite segment so far.
Yeah,
it's the best one we've done all podcast.
I think it could use a little work, but you know, we're trying out new things on this show.
That's the point of a maiden voyage.
Yeah, we're trying new things. We're trying to, bring new elements to the show. That I think our fans will really appreciate. Let us know, by the way. We will be having lots of audience interaction on this podcast.
Yeah, the show has been pretty stale, so it's about time we introduced a new segment to it.
We really got to start putting some flair into this thing.
Yep.
So, all right, the concept of this show is that I, DigiBro, and Monkey Jones over here will pick out some very relevant topics, some hot button issues that are buzzing around.
Something that you might see people arguing about on your social media platforms, maybe your Facebook or your Twitter feed.
Exactly. And we will be arguing our completely legitimate standpoints.
Our genuine opinions on these subjects.
Yes, our very personal feelings. Things are going to get heated, all right? You know, we're going to be arguing this stuff that means a lot to us.
The show will probably end after this episode because I'll get so upset with his opinions that I'll never want to talk to him again.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, our first highly topical, very hot button issue is Jesus gay?
Okay. It's a good one.
Do you want to start us off, Monkey? Put up your
Yeah,
hand.
I think it's pretty obvious that Jesus is gay, and I'll tell you why. It's because Jesus Christ, superstar, some might call him. He had 12 disciples, according to that old New Testament. And I don't know if you know this. Have you read the New Testament, by the way?
I have seen Jesus Christ Superstar.
So let me tell you about the New Testament. It consists of a bunch of books: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Hebrew, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. Those are all the books of the New Testament. And in all of them, Jesus has 12 disciples, all of which are men. Not a single female follower of Jesus Christ. Not because they were sexist back in Bible times, mind you, because they definitely weren't. Women were considered equal back in the year 0 AD. I don't know if you know that. So the fact that Jesus just chose to have 12 male followers, I think, is just irrefutable evidence that he was indeed gay.
Well, Monkey, I'm going to nip you right in the bud here.
Yeah, fucking try it.
With the
try it.
quickest defense in the world.
Okay.
Simply put, I'm not gay.
Okay.
I'm not gay.
What does that have to do with
all,
Jesus?
I had sex with Mary Magdalene.
What?
None of my apostles were reporting on it because they thought it would be too grave a sin to say that a son of God had lain with a mortal woman.
Okay.
But I did hit that shit harder and faster than anybody ever gives me credit for. No one ever talks about how big Jesus' dick is.
Okay. How big is Jesus' dick?
Jesus' dick is massive. Full 10 inches.
What, full 10 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's massive by today's standards. Have you ever watched, have you gone to blacked.com? 10 inches is fucking nothing.
That's just all smoke and mirrors. That's all film.
Black.com is my homepage when I open up Google Chrome, okay? I know what's smoke and mirrors and what's real. 10 inches is fucking
it's prosthetic.
Nothing. It's the year 2017.
It's so easy to fake those. You ever seen those cock molds?
Of course I've seen the cock molds.
Yeah, that's how they do that. I assure you, no one has a bigger dick than Jesus. Jesus fucked the world twice over.
So I take it that you are Jesus. Is that what you're saying? Is that the argument here?
I mean, I'm not going to be so presumptuous as to call myself the son of God.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You're saying that you are God.
That I did not touch those boys.
Okay. Well, if you're going to talk about this in the first person, then I guess I have to prove that Digibro is gay, which is just as easy as proving that Jesus is gay. First of all, Digi has his own little 12 apostles. It's called the Procrastinators Podcast. Every single member is a dude except for Mage, but Mage refuses to post pictures. So for all we know...
And Mage is anti-sex.
Yeah, so Mage is asexual, for all we know, male, because we've never seen a photo. The only person who has met Mage in public is Hypocrite, and Hypocrite's he's a known liar, so he's a fucking hypocrite, for all we know. So, if I have to prove that both Jesus and Digibro are gay, that's easy. They both have about 12 followers, and they're all male. And, I mean, there's no evidence that they both haven't sucked cocks before. Can you prove that you haven't sucked a cock? Think about it. Think about it all day.
This is a trap you're trying to pull here.
If you're gonna argue that you're Jesus, I'm gonna fucking throw you into that bear trap.
You're trying to
Gnaw off
trap
your
me
leg.
here because you're trying to conflate having sucked a cock with being gay.
What's the difference?
You don't have to be attracted to men to have maybe sucked a cock for some reason.
So what
in the
reason
past.
would you have to suck a cock if you're not gay?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you really needed certain drugs, and they weren't. You didn't have enough money for them.
You know, that's fair. I think we've all been in that position before.
Yeah. So
That's fair.
maybe before you go slinging mud at people who have legitimate problems in their lives. I don't know if you remember the slow motion suicide we were just performing on this
true.
podcast.
That's the best segment of the show we've ever done.
Yeah. It's our best, at least the best new one introduced in the last
couple episodes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna argue that Jesus is not gay because you cannot prove that he ever sucked a cock of someone he was attracted to.
Jesus died when he was approximately 33 years old. In all the books of the New Testament involving Jesus, there is never mention of him talking to a woman who isn't some sort of weird prostitute. And in that case, all he's doing is
guy talking to prostitute. Sounds real gay to me, Mumkey.
Yeah, but he's talking to a prostitute with 12 of his gay boys following behind him. And all he's doing is telling the prostitute this gay-ass shit like, oh, you can go to heaven if you're a rich man in a camel through the eye of the needle. All this fucking bullshit. All he does is talk to these prostitutes instead of...
I seem to remember a part where the prostitute washed my feet with her hair. I mean, Jesus's feet.
Sure. But getting
sounds
washed...
pretty sexual to me, dude.
Getting washed and teaching...
When I take a bath with a woman, it's not because I don't want to get it in. You know, I don't go bathing with my sister, at least not since childhood and that one time.
If I'm talking to a prostitute on the street, I'm not trying to teach her some sort of moral lesson. I'm going to pull out my dick immediately and shove it in her because I'm a straight man and that's what we do. If you're gay, you're going to try to teach the prostitute some sort of lesson.
Well, now gays are just going around fucking proselytizing. Last time I checked, gays spread AIDS because they have so much unprotected sex.
True.
Because of their amoral,
True.
demonic ways.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Jesus didn't have AIDS. I'm pretty sure that he did. So you're just boosting my argument here.
He did die at 33.
Why do you think he died at 33? He had AIDS. The only way to get it out of him was a crucifixion. Anyway, so what?
I gotta admit, you're swaying me a little bit here with the AIDS argument.
Sure, Jesus had AIDS. So
I'm not gonna argue whether Jesus did or didn't have AIDS. I think it's pretty clear to both of us. Now, as for whether he got that from being a pole smoker, I cannot say for certain.
in my view, if you're a man who has 12 male followers and you do not approve of the company of women other than to give prostitutes on the street some random moral lesson, that probably means you're gay. Jesus didn't get married, and they never said he had a girlfriend. They skipped his teen years in the Bible, not because he's a made-up character, but because they didn't want to talk about how he learned that he was gay. No. It seems obvious to me.
Well, I think I can say with lots of confidence, Jesus was real, is real, didn't suck dick, fucked lots of bitches. And if you go on RedTube and type in Jesus, straight,
we've all done that before.
If you go into the Jesus straight section, make sure you click straight.
Yep.
Because Jesus is starred in a lot of films.
Yeah.
But
he's prolific in the porn industry.
Yeah, there's a lot of straight porn of Jesus having sex.
Sure.
Never mind the other stuff.
Yeah, but like you know that gay
point.
for pay stuff, like straight guys do gay pornos because it's the only way to make money. Sometimes gay guys do straight pornos because it's the only way that they can make a living.
That's an interesting turnaround.
There's so many straight guys doing gay porn that the gay guys have no choice but to do straight porn. They get flip-flopped. How do we decide who wins these arguments? Does the audience vote? I don't know what this podcast is.
Yeah, the audience decides. I forgot to implement a voting system.
Yeah.
I'd thought about it before. Oh, yeah. All right, you guys will all vote in the straw polls in the description.
Okay. Is Jesus gay? And then, like, who was right, Mumkey or Digi?
Yeah, the question will be who's the autist and who's the elitist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it... Wait, I'm confused. Is it good to be an autist or good to be an elitist?
I don't
know. Both sound good.
I have no idea.
Okay. What's the next argument tonight, Digi? I think we've gone through this Jesus gay shit.
Yeah, we've done enough. Okay. This time we're gonna get real fucking serious, Mumkey.
The first one wasn't serious?
That one you may have seen that in your Facebook headlines and shit.
Sure, yeah. I see that. My aunt argues with my cousin about that all the time.
Right, exactly. And it's so annoying, but it's really, it's really relegated to it's old people. It's old people relatives.
That's an old person argument.
Yeah, it's old people who
right.
Who you don't really talk to them except on Facebook. No. They're like your extended family who you just kind of mute eventually.
Yeah, it's like it's a subject that I don't really care about, but so I was just kind of parroting what I've seen my aunt argue on Facebook.
But this next one is more of a cutting edge, hot button. This is more
for the youth.
This is for the youth, the freaks and geeks, the like gays.
Wait, the gays?
The gays are cutting edge.
Like Jesus?
The gays are always ahead of the curve.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why he fucking... Wait, I'm not supposed to...
No. Support my argument. Go ahead. Okay, Mumkey wins.
All right. Here's a real hot button issue.
Okay.
JonTron.
Okay.
Famous...
Cool guy.
Famous YouTuber.
He's never had an unfunny video.
Famous...
They're all perfect. If anything... his production value goes up, and so does the comedy.
I can tell we're gonna see eye to eye on this issue.
All I'm saying is that JonTron's production value and his comedy have a direct correlation. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say in which direction. I'm just gonna say that.
So JonTron.
Yep.
Recently,
Funny guy.
JonTron has recently started catching some flack.
He's got some good opinions.
Yeah, he started catching flack for his opinions outside of his videos, outside his content. So we're gonna set aside JonTron's shitty videos for now.
No, his good videos. They're all funny.
His dog shit that has not been funny in 3 years.
No, his video where he's watching like drug PSAs, hilarious.
You can remember a JonTron video?
It was the most recent one, and it was 4 months ago.
I believe that. JonTron, putting aside his shitty content, let's talk about his opinions, all right?
Which are flawless.
Well, have you heard what he's been talking about?
No, what was he talking about?
Okay.
I just assumed JonTron wouldn't have a bad opinion.
Jumped right to the support. All right, so JonTron has recently come out
as gay.
No.
He's a hardcore Christian.
No. Those go hand in hand,
right.
I think, at this. I think we've established by now.
Follow Christ.
Yeah.
I think I won the first one.
Yeah, I think maybe so. He won against Jesus himself, who was in the studio arguing against
him.
Yeah. So he
like Jesus wouldn't know if he was gay or not.
He was gay. Some people are confused. All right.
What the fuck are you saying about JonTron? It's been 3 minutes. Just fucking spit it out.
We're only 15 minutes in. I have to drag this out to beat an hour. JonTron recently came out as very staunchly anti-immigration.
Okay.
He's been talking about he's thrown his hat in with a lot of right-wing YouTubers. Some people have been calling him alt-right.
Sure.
A popular phrase going around in the media. And he went on a podcast to debate his stances on immigration.
Yeah.
And
who was he debating?
He was, I don't remember. Who fucking cares?
Some
dude.
fucking faggot.
Yeah, some faggot. So JonTron was putting up his anti-immigration argument, and the crux of his argument, essentially, the heart of it, was that he doesn't want other people of other races coming into America and polluting the white race.
Right.
He's concerned about the preservation of the white race, and he argues that why wouldn't white people want to protect their culture and ideologies?
Okay.
Why should we allow racial mixing? How do you... This has been a very controversial statement. It's turned his fan base against him completely. Firestorms on the JonTron subreddit. Incidentally, if you've hated JonTron's videos for the last 3 years and you just want the vindication of watching his fans turn on him, highly recommended.
Okay.
r/JonTron. How do you feel about the white race, Monkey?
Well,
and its preservation.
It's no secret that Monkey Jones is a huge liberal. I would have voted for Obama for a third term if it was legally allowed, but that wasn't allowed. So in the general election, I voted actually for Bernie Sanders, even though he wasn't on the ballot. I'm just that liberal. So when it comes to the white race, I'm very much in support of it because as a hardcore liberal, I believe in true diversity. I think every single job should have, 1 out of 10 people should be white, 1 out of 10 people should be Mexican, 1 out of 10 people should be trans. Like there should be equal representation of every single group of people in every single scenario. I think affirmative action should be key in every single possible scenario. On the United States, in every job, every school, everything. So the idea of the white race disappearing, because anytime a white person mates, in quotes, with somebody of a different race, the offspring is automatically declared to be that race due to the one-drop rule, which was established back in the olden times, back in the good old days, as JonTron might say. So the idea of the white race disappearing is disgraceful. Because I believe in true diversity, and true diversity includes the white race. We need a group that we can still legally be racist against, that can still be subjugated against. And if the white male disappears, who are we going to ostracize in society? Who are we going to talk shit about on Twitter legally without any moral things against us?
Judgment.
Sure. Like, white males are the only group that you're allowed to talk shit about on social media without being declared racist or sexist. So if the white race disappears, we have no scapegoat to talk shit about.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I gotta say...
How can you disagree with that?
I gotta say, Monkey, I do disagree with you, but only...
How?
Well, Because what JonTron's asking for is a closed border policy. Keep all the other people out so that they won't pollute the white race.
Okay.
I advocate an open border policy so that the white people can proliferate the rest of the world. It's not just about preserving the white people we already have. We need to make the rest of the world white as well. How are we going to subsist? Like, if we're not the dominant culture, then there's always going to be war between different cultures. Like, the only reason two countries don't get along is that they don't see eye to eye culturally. So the only way we're ever going to make everyone agree is to assimilate everyone into the same culture. And since, as we've proven time and again through study after study, people of different races will inherently end up growing up in different circumstances, which causes them to feel different ways about things. We need to make everyone the same race. Otherwise, we will never all see eye to eye on anything.
I see what you're saying, Digi, but I think there's an inherent flaw in your argument. It's that while I think that there needs to be true diversity on every level of human society, we also need to give special treatment to Muslims because they've been through a lot. After 9/11, there's been so much Islamophobia in this country that I think we need to put Muslims up on a pedestal and adhere to their needs and desires. I think if a Subway shop in the UK, and this is true, hundreds of Subway shops in the UK have had to take out meats that are considered against the Muslim religion because they contain pork. So like ham and bacon, they've been I'm not making this up. This is a true story. Bacon and ham have been taken out of Subway shops in the UK because Muslims have been pressuring that Subway and saying, we can't eat here because this food is halal or whatever the hell they call it. So I think that for you to say that it's bad to have different ideologies going to war is crazy, because I think a true sense of liberal diversity is to have Muslims at the top taking over all these different societies and proving once and for all that we need to respect Muslims and their beliefs.
Don't you realize that you've just argued exactly what I was arguing, except for with Muslims instead of white people?
Yeah, Muslims deserve to be treated better than white people.
So you don't think that the world would be better if Muslims just took over everybody else and assimilated all the cultures and made us all one uniform culture?
I think if one culture has to take over, then it should be Muslims, but otherwise I think we should have true diversity in every sense of the word.
Now, you don't think that maybe an argument could be made that the white culture is more beneficial in the long run than the Muslim culture?
Name one thing white culture has that Muslims don't. They both treat women equally. They both treat men equally. They treat homosexuals equally. They're like the equal cultures, so why not pick the Muslim one over the white one? They got better fashion. I'm tired of seeing what women's faces look like. Fucking gross. The Muslims have it right. What does the white culture have going for it that the Muslim culture doesn't?
KFC.
Okay, besides KFC.
Why does there have to be besides KFC?
Because you can't base a whole society off of KFC. I've tried it. It doesn't work.
If let's say you've got a whole culture and everything they do is 1 out of 10.
Okay.
They've done 100 things, all 1 out of 10.
So like the Buddhist culture.
But then you've got another culture that's done one thing, but it's 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Don't you think that is more worthy of preservation than the hundreds of 1 out of 10 things?
I don't know, because white people also did slavery. Have Muslims ever had slaves? I don't think so.
White people may have done slavery,
yeah,
but
you just lost. You just fucking lost.
But
you said it yourself.
But white people also stopped having slavery.
I don't know about that.
What's a more powerful? What could be more brave than stopping having slavery?
If it weren't the bravest thing would be being transgender,
white people,
which Muslims are in support of.
If it wasn't for white people having had slaves,
okay,
how could they have ended slavery? We all agree Abraham Lincoln was the greatest president of all time because he ended slavery.
True.
Well, slavery would never have been able to be ended if we didn't have it in the first place. So white people ended slavery.
But also, if you think about it, after 9/11, Muslims are kind of the slaves of the United States. Because have you ever seen a Muslim person?
Oh, this is just a reaching metaphor.
No, it's not. It's not reaching at all.
It's totally reaching.
Muslims in the United States are literally slaves. Now that Donald Trump is elected president, they're pretty much slaves. They're treated like shit. If you see a Muslim woman wearing her hijab or whatever the fuck they're called, her jihad, what are they called? Like every time you see one of those in public, a white male pulls it off. That's pretty much slavery.
That just means we're setting up for the next slavery we can end, which is when we eliminate all other races by making them all white.
Yeah, but I think if we let them...
You're throwing the baby out with the bathwater by preventing the upcoming end of slavery.
The problem is that the baby's white when he should be light brown.
All right, Bumkey. I don't think we're gonna see eye to eye on.
I think the
this
fans
one.
ought to vote on this one.
Yeah, the fans are definitely gonna have to decide who's the autist, who's the elitist, and also who's right. I guess we'll just have like 10 straw polls per question.
Yep.
All right. Well, you brought up Donald Trump.
The Muslim Brotherhood.
You brought up Donald Trump and Trump's. Trump's.
Sure, he's the worst president we've ever had.
Well, it's funny you say that because we now are going to bring up another debate related to Donald Trump.
Okay, I think I've seen this one on Facebook before.
You've seen this one everywhere.
Yeah.
You've seen Trump all over Facebook, all over Twitter.
Even on Pornhub. I went to Pornhub. There's a video. Is Donald Trump the right president for the United States?
You're not going to believe this.
Okay.
Because this sounds so far-fetched. Like, every
Sure.
part of the story sounds completely insane.
Okay.
But I was outside,
I don't believe that.
and I was in proximity.
This is too far.
I was in proximity of a human being.
Okay.
What do you think I heard him talking about?
The wall?
Trump politics.
Yeah, the wall.
Yeah, I heard a person.
Okay.
I know that's the. I mean,
But
what the person is saying.
Wait, hold on. You heard a person in public talking about Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, this is too far-fetched.
Yeah.
Can you tell a real story?
I was out and I heard. I know it's weird that I was like,
outside your house?
living
Outside this room?
Yeah, but it's true. It's all true. That's how prolific the trumpeting.
That's
has
how prolific
become.
you are. You left your room.
Yeah. So the trumpeting is upon us. The Trumpocalypse. The Trump everything. So we're gonna
Trumpocalypse? That sounds like I know what your opinion is on this subject.
well, Trump. Look.
Unless you think apocalypses are good.
Damn.
I guess that's an argument for another day.
As a suicidal man, there's certain things I wouldn't mind so much happening. So, yeah, we're gonna put the Trump thing to bed once and for all. We're finally.
I wish I could take a certain Trump to bed. Her name's Ivanka.
Oh yeah.
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 You know what I'm saying? Her name's Barron. Barron Trump.
I like girls.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Tits are cool.
That's fine. Do you think Ivanka Trump has had a tit job? She's had clearly some sort of plastic surgery on her face. I don't know about her tits. I guess that's another full episode debate.
Yeah, we'll bring that up.
Has Ivanka Trump had a tit job?
I'm actually writing that down. Ivanka tit job.
We can probably just Google that one. We don't really have to debate it.
If you think I'm just gonna trust the first thing I read on the internet, if
no,
that was the case, we wouldn't have had to argue about whether Jesus was gay.
That's true.
You know how many science reports there's been in both directions?
I've read lots of scientific articles about the sexuality of Jesus Christ.
I actually have.
Have you really?
I mean, it's so special on whether Jesus had a son or not.
I think he died a virgin.
Well, you want to bring this? You want to hash this back out?
He wanted to be like his mom.
Or do you want to solve this Trump problem once and for all?
What's the Trump question?
Look, Trump is dominating the media.
Sure.
And I think we know better than everyone else.
Guess who else dominated the media? Adolf Hitler.
Perfect.
Same person.
We're going to be arguing.
What's the difference?
We're going to be arguing.
Can you name a difference?
Not even slightly. We're going to be arguing the question, why is Donald Trump a great president?
Okay. I'll let you start off.
Well, first of all, Donald Trump is beautiful.
True. I got to give you that one.
Donald Trump, this is going to be a very personal story.
Oh God.
For the last
how many tissues were used and how much lotion?
Oh my, you have no idea. For the last 25 years of my life.
Wait, what?
I thought
That's how old you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying up until
So when you were a baby, you were having whatever thoughts you're about to convey.
Well, up until let's put it this, let's phrase it differently.
Yeah, I think you better.
Up until Trump was inaugurated, I
So like the last 24 and a half years of your life?
Yeah, up until Trump was inaugurated. I was
the last
25.
6 months, I mean.
Up until like a month ago. Up until a couple months ago, I thought I was asexual.
Really?
And this is something a lot of people think. There's a lot of people who think that they don't like sex because either they've had negative sexual experiences or they've just never found someone they were attracted to that way.
Okay.
You know,
have they seen the pictures of Ivanka Trump?
I mean, you would think, but I mean, believe me, I saw pictures of her and I thought, what's wrong with me?
I think Like I've seen like on quizfarm.com like gay test to find out if you're gay. I think the only gay test is it's just a picture of Ivanka Trump
Yeah.
and you say, are you attracted, yes or no?
Well, that's the thing. People were talking about her, back before I was a room boy. I
Sure.
actually was out and about often.
Back before you started watching Tommy Wiseau's The Room religiously, you
Yeah.
were out and about more often.
And I would often hear people like remarking like Ivanka Trump, hottest
Sure.
in the world.
You could 3 years ago you couldn't leave the house without everybody on the street talking about how hot Ivanka Trump is.
It was like that was the original Trumpocalypse, but people meant it in a different way back then.
Yep.
It was more positive.
They said Trump 2016 as in I jerked off to Ivanka Trump 2016 times. That's what that used to mean.
So I was out and about hearing about Ivanka Trump, and every time I'd hear it, I'm just like, I know I'm not gay.
But that's arguable. Next episode.
But I also am not attracted to women, so I must just be completely asexual.
Okay. that's fair.
Until Donald Trump was elected president.
Okay.
Now, people have been telling me about Trump, but I was on a
Who?
total social media sabbatical through all of 2016.
That's fair.
I didn't hear about him at all. I never once heard the name Donald Trump.
Wait, so did you hear about Harambe?
What the fuck is a Harambe?
Well, next episode.
Okay. I'm very curious. But,
Yeah, we'll have a debate about whether
I'll
it was
leave on the
justified or
table.
not.
Yeah. So I never heard about Trump, and
Or
then
Harambe.
someone told me we've got a new president.
Oh shit.
Someone actually like
That's kind of a big deal.
yeah, someone busted into my room and was like, "I know you haven't seen."
Was it Ben?
I mean, my first reaction was, "What the fuck are you?" Because I'd forgotten what people looked like.
Sure, because you haven't left your room.
Yeah, and so he busted in and he said, "We've got a new president," and I said, "Who the fuck are you?" Or "What the fuck are you?" Rather, and
You don't even know what species they are.
yeah, and he says, "Human, Earth 2017. I'm
Yeah,
your
right.
brother. We grew up together." and
My name's Victor.
and then it all came back to me. I was like, "Oh shit, that's right." And he said Trump, and I was like, "What's that?"
Ivanka Trump is president?
Yeah, I really thought for a second. I was like, I didn't think that women could be the president.
Yeah, is she even 35 yet? What the fuck? Or
I
is it
have no idea.
45? Is
It's
president
35.
45?
35.
It's 35, yeah.
So he fucking turns on a TV, ending my social media blackout, and
Shit.
poof, like opening a bag of Cheetos and having all that dust whoosh up into your face.
The best experience you could have.
Yeah, I laid eyes upon the Trumpster.
Okay, and how did you react when you saw him for the first time?
First erection of my life.
Really?
Yep.
It's funny because you lost your virginity like 2 years beforehand, so it's funny that that's your first erection.
I was just smearing my flaccid cock
Okay.
against her. I don't know why she was getting off on it. But I
don't know
felt-
either.
I felt nothing.
I
in
can
that
earnestly
experience.
say I don't know why she was getting off while having sex with you.
No.
I have no idea why.
It was weird.
This is not a joke. I have no idea why.
Eventually, she thought it was weird too and broke up with me, but which is what caused me to go on the social media blackout out of depression.
Oh, that's sad.
But
Okay.
yeah, so I finally got an erection for the first time in my life.
Okay.
And Victor went, "Ew, what the fuck?" And I went, "Get out of here, dude." So
Wait, were you naked? How did he see it?
I have a huge cock. We went over
okay,
this.
that's true. That's fair.
So he left the room, and I immediately tore all my clothes off.
I can't wait for this story to have a detail that isn't important.
And then I just started jacking off and didn't stop.
So is the point of the story that
So still-
Donald Trump is a good president because you think he's attractive?
Well, it's not that I think he's attractive. It's that I think his policy is attractive.
What, like, do you have a fetish for no Muslims being in, like, a proximity of you or something, or what?
It's The Wall! The
Okay,
Wall!
that's fair.
Have you seen The Wall? Pink Floyd's The Wall?
Yeah, that album's okay.
I was trying to think of a song for the album, but I got Hello Darkness, My Old Friend stuck in my head. And I'm like, that's not the
I don't think that's
fucking
Pink
Wall.
Floyd.
No, not at all.
It's a different song.
Hey you! Don't you tell me there's no hope at all!
Okay. So
Yeah,
so the wall
case
gives you
in
a
point.
the wall gives you a boner. That's why he's a good
Yeah.
president.
Yeah, I remembered that I had seen what actually happened is that it turned out that while I had thought I'd been asexual for 25 years, I actually had just suppressed the memories of the first sexual experience I had, which was when I saw The Wall when I was 5. And so hearing about Trump's wall brought back my sexual repression that had been happening all these years. I don't know why, because I can only remember that I was watching The Wall and there was a large black man next to me, and I remember that I didn't finish the movie, and I can't remember what happened for the next 3 days after that. But I know that eventually they found me in a house. I don't know how I got there. And they told me that, to just forget this had ever happened. So, which, I mean, I guess I did.
Clearly. But Donald Trump is good at repressing lost memories.
You mean unrepressing?
You know what? When you're this many Four Locos in, it doesn't matter what words you use. Vocabulary is meaningless.
Yeah, so aside from the fact that Trump reawakened my sexuality that I thought had been lost or didn't even know had existed before.
No.
With the strength of his immigration policies.
Yep.
I also just think he is generally a great orator, and I really respect that he doesn't need a teleprompter, and he speaks his mind, and he's honest.
Okay.
That's the most important thing about Donald Trump is his honesty. He never lies. He never bullshits. Nothing he says is a half-truth. He's always completely on point and honest.
Okay.
Now, why do you think Donald Trump's a great president?
Yeah, The Wall and his impeccable honesty. I agree with you on both of those. Those are pretty good points for why he's a good president. Especially that The Wall gives you a boner.
Yeah.
But I think the real reason why Donald...
Also, the play does too now, as well. The movie, I mean. It also now can give me a boner.
The Great Wall?
The only two things I can get off on now are Trump, Pink Floyd's The Wall, and yes, The Great Wall.
Starring Matt Damon?
Starring Matt Damon.
The movie about the Great Wall of China?
Yes.
I think you're getting those a little confused. About
well, I've got kind of like a wall fetish now.
Okay.
Doesn't work on just like house walls. It has to be big stone walls.
I will admit,
I like big stones.
When I heard that The Great Wall starring Matt Damon was coming out, I assumed it was a Donald Trump biopic with Matt Damon as Donald Trump. Talking about the Great Wall that he was going to build.
Monkey, look, I don't. You should drop the subject because I don't want you to have to see my big ass boner.
It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first. It's no big deal.
Yeah, we did watch. We did watch a Trump rally together once. I forgot.
We did. Those are okay reasons, but they're not the main reason why Donald Trump is the best president of all time.
Oh my God, it's quite a statement. I mean, I agree, but the question wasn't even about that. It was just, why is he great?
The reason why he's the greatest of all time is that he exposed the fake news. All news is fake, and without Donald Trump, we wouldn't know that. You ever watch a little-known news anchor called Stephen Colbert?
I think I saw him once, but he looked a little faggy, so...
You ever heard of the respected news anchor John Oliver?
No, never heard of him.
You ever heard of the respected news anchor Samantha Bee?
No.
So these are three of the most respected and highly regarded news anchors of the modern day.
Okay.
And all three of them considered Trump's election to be a joke. They said there's no way he'll win. It's her turn.
But Trump did win.
Hillary 2016. Yeah, that's why they're fake news.
Who's Hillary?
Well, I mean, she's old news at this point.
Okay.
They were all so convinced. They would preach on the shows every night. Donald Trump is a racist. He hates Mexicans. As if I guess Mexican is a race rather than a nationality. News to me.
Fuck?
That's news to me. I guess suddenly a Mexican is a nationality. It's a race instead of a nationality.
If Trump hated Mexicans, why would he be trying to let them build the wall?
I don't know.
What greater honor could there be than building Trump's wall?
I guess also...
If anything, it seems like he cares more about them than he does about the rest of the world.
Sure, he wants to let them stay in their home.
I feel somewhat jealous as a white man that I'll never get the love of Trump that I would get from the Mexicans, which incidentally is why the whites need to take over the rest of the world so that Trump will stop giving, more of his love to other races.
No, you're right. I think when it comes to races, the white race is the one that Trump cares about the least.
Unfortunately.
But, I mean, if they say Mexican is a race because he said racist shit about Mexicans. Next, you're going to tell me Canadian is a race, Israeli is a race, German is a race? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Obviously, Mexican is not a race. If you say shit about Mexicans, you're not racist. If anything, you're nationalist, and that's not even a real word.
Yeah.
So
nationalist it's spelled the same way, but
nationalist is not.
Yeah, no.
Which is what you would be.
Yeah.
So, Trump exposed Samantha Bee, Stephen Colbert, and John Oliver as being fake news because they're the most respected news anchors of the millennial generation.
Yeah.
And when he proved them wrong by winning the election, after they said continuously that he could not win, he will not win, there's no way he'll win, he exposed them as fake news. And that's important.
You know, there's a lot of people I've seen now that I'm finally participating in social media again. And by the way, I was appalled to see that there were people who do not agree about the Trumpster.
I was appalled that people were posting about Trump without posting images of Ivanka Trump.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point?
Showing Trump without showing Ivanka is like showing a dick with no balls.
Yeah.
It's just weird and awkward.
Why am I looking at this?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm missing the best part.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not a complete picture.
Yep.
Ivanka is Donald Trump's balls to his cock.
I think so.
And so, you know, so people were saying all these horrible things about Trump.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe these were real people.
No.
Like, I thought that anybody would have felt the same way I
Name
did.
one real person who has said something bad about Trump. You can't.
Yeah, they're all fucking fake news.
They're
and
all robots.
a lot of these fucking fake people have been posting, like they'll post like a Trump quote that contradicts something he said before, except that they're all from the news.
Yeah.
Now, Trump knows the news is fake, so when he goes on the news, he just participates in the falsehood. That's the point of the news. You don't go on the news and say true things.
No.
That would be like if you came on a Monkey Jones podcast
Right.
and were completely serious about everything you said.
But that's everything that happens on a Monkey Jones podcast.
Well, you know what I mean, though. You understand the comparison.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I think I said something backwards.
Okay.
I meant to say, it's like if you came on a Monkey Jones podcast
And you were being ironic.
lied about anything ever.
Which wouldn't happen.
Is exactly what it would be like to go on the news and tell the truth.
Okay.
So I think that these people...
Wait, what are we arguing then? I think we're on the same page on this
We
one.
are. We are completely...
Wow, this is
the argument is, why is Trump a good president?
So you say it's because of the wall, and I say it's because he exposed fake news.
I think
So what's the better reason?
I mean, the truth of the matter is that any reason you can think of is a good reason. Because Trump is so great that there's nothing negative I could think of. Like what are you going to say about why he's a great president that I'm going to disagree with?
That's easy.
Oh.
He doesn't always let his daughter Ivanka give his speeches. He only does that sometimes.
I don't think you can have balls with no cock, Monkey.
But you can't have cock with no balls.
You need the cock and the balls.
Yeah, so anytime that Ivanka's not up on the teleprompter
Well, what's
with
he
him,
going to be doing if she's talking?
they can say every other word.
Okay, I'm willing to compromise.
Yeah.
Sometimes a social media argument ends in a compromise.
Yeah,
right?
I think-
We're trying to show you all how you
Right.
can make the world a better place
And I
by
think-
not just fucking throwing shit fits at each other every day.
When it comes to internet arguments, I think the Trump arguments usually end in compromise. So this
Yeah.
is just evident of what the average
Exactly.
internet argument is.
Eventually, you got to come to your senses,
Right.
and look at
Which
Trump.
is what
and,
most Trump and anti-Trump people usually come to an agreement.
At some point, that boner's gonna pop.
There's some sort of compromise.
You're not gonna look at Trump and Ivanka Trump together,
No.
and never get a boner.
No,
like
impossible.
Come on.
Unless
Alright.
you're asexual.
Well, I guess we'll move on to our final argument of the night.
Okay, we've been fucking cranking these out. We're
Yeah.
having some heated arguments. I don't think you can be my friend after this.
Well, that last one went pretty agreeably, I would say.
That's true. Let's see how this last one turns out.
Yeah, this one might tear us apart. We're going to
forbid.
argue about the advantages of suicide.
Oh, that's a controversial topic.
Highly divisive.
There's so many. I don't even know where to begin. I guess.
Well, I know there's some that aren't advantages.
Oh, okay. What's not an advantage of suicide?
You don't get to eat the other half of your Subway sandwich that you were only halfway into when you
Fuck
killed
off.
yourself.
Fucking stupid.
There's lots of things you don't get to do after you kill yourself.
Yeah, but eating is a chore to begin with because eating is sustenance to keep you alive. If I want to die, the last thing I want to do is replenish my health.
I want to be... Look, I love food.
Well, yeah, that's fucking evident as fuck.
The only... because of all the...
Because I'm looking at you.
Because of the 6 hamburgers sitting on my desk right now, of which I've eaten 3 since the start of this podcast.
Because I'm pretty sure you're like 360 pounds.
I would be dead right now if not for food.
I wish.
You would too.
If not for food?
Yeah, you'd be dead if you didn't have food.
I mean, I could just like suck my mother's breast milk all my whole life. That's
still
not food.
food.
That's not food. That's liquid. Do you know what is a food? It's not a liquid.
I think
that's a drink.
I think they're both sustenance, all right?
Okay.
Food describes
That's a
sustenance.
superset. We're talking about food.
Well,
That's
all
a
right,
subset.
fine.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fine, I'll
Vote
move
for
up to the
monkey.
superset then. Sustenance keeps you alive.
Oh, yeah, change your argument halfway through. Good job,
Yeah.
Trump.
Sustenance, yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Sustenance not only keeps you alive, but
Okay.
keeps you wanting to be alive.
That's bad. That's the opposite of what we want. We want to die. It's
I want
the
to die-
advantages of suicide.
But I'm just saying that it's not an advantage that I don't get to eat anymore because I love eating. Like, it's a disadvantage that eating makes me not want to kill myself, but it's a disadvantage of killing myself that I don't get to eat. It's a catch-22.
Sure.
Basically, I'm saying if I could be dead and still eat, then I'd be perfectly happy.
Now, Digi, here's a question. Have you ever been dead before?
No, not yet.
So how do you know that dead people can't eat?
Oh my god.
You can't know that.
Shit.
Because clearly, if Jesus was gay, then there is a heaven, in which case, when you die, you can go to heaven and probably continue eating. So suicide only has advantages.
Fuck.
Yeah. Good luck talking your way out of this one, you catch-22 bullshit.
Well, why are you
faggot.
still alive then?
Why am I still alive?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's actually a tough question to answer. I don't really have an excuse for continuing my existence. Let's see. Why am I still alive? I guess because while you're dead, you can probably still eat food, but in heaven, I guarantee that porn is outlawed, and there is a lot.
Oh, please, you don't
There
think...
is a lot of scat porn that I have not gotten
You
through
don't
yet.
think that gay Jesus has starred in no shortage of scat porn?
I think Jesus has a little bit more class than that. I think he just does like blowjob stuff, hand job stuff. I don't
You
think
don't
he
know
goes
how
to scat
you
levels.
clearly don't know how desperate Jesus got for money when he was on
Listen,
that crack bender.
I might have skipped John chapter 2, so maybe that was in John chapter 2, but I read the rest of the New Testament, so you have to correct me if I'm wrong.
I have not read any of the New Testament. I know Jesus' word by
You
heart.
only read the Old Testament.
I know Jesus' word by heart as a good Christian.
Okay.
I know I've been taught
Yep.
in Sunday school every day about the word of our Lord Savior
I
God.
think-
and
I
he
think-
talked a lot about scat porn and everything else he got in those what he calls the weird
Yeah.
years.
I think it's fair to say that the majority of Christians have not read the New Testament. They
That's
just listen to
probably
what they hear
true.
at church.
That's probably true.
It's true.
I mean, speaking for myself, but I don't think the New Testament is the same thing as the Word of God.
I'd have to vehemently disagree, but that's a different discussion.
Well, you know, we'll get into our is Monkey Jones a good Christian or a pile of shit argument on a different podcast.
Okay,
I
that's
still
pretty
don't see any
important.
reason to believe that after death there would be no scat porn.
See, I think any porn at all is a one-way ticket to hell. So I could not enjoy scat
Well,
porn.
how
in
do you
heaven.
know that hell is not just nothing but scat porn all day?
That would be my heaven. That'd be my personal heaven.
Well, then why are you still alive?
Because if I die, I'm probably going to go to heaven because I'm such a good Christian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think the fact that you want scat porn so badly would send you to hell, probably.
You would think so. I hope so. I haven't died either. Like, I think that's the one thing we have in common is that neither of us have died, and we both respect Donald Trump as a president.
Yeah. So basically, you're just afraid to roll the dice on the heaven-hell thing.
Right. Yeah. I might roll a snake eyes.
So would you say that that is a disadvantage of suicide, which is not really what we're supposed to be arguing? We're supposed to be arguing the advantages of
Well,
suicide.
you fucking wanted to bring up the disadvantages,
I'm sorry.
so I mean, clearly you don't think suicide is always a good option, like I do.
I asked you, and then you turned on to me to explain a disadvantage of suicide.
I would never be turned on by you.
Well, okay. Explain the advantages of suicide.
Oh, it's easy. Number one, your friends and family are all devastated. That's great. The first thing
That's a
I
pretty
want,
good one.
that's the first thing I want is my friends and family to care about me. And the only way to make them care about me is by ending my own life. If I was a ghost, which I'm pretty sure ghosts exist, when I kill myself, I'm going to go to my own funeral as a ghost, like a motherfucking Tom
Monkey,
Sawyer.
there's a huge hole in your argument here.
What?
You think that your friends and family will ever care about you.
They might, and that's the risk I'm willing to take.
But we can't count it as an advantage on a gamble. That's no better than your heaven or hell argument.
Somebody has to go to the funeral, and that person will probably be sad.
It'll probably be the gravekeeper, and he won't give a shit.
That's fair. But I think at least, like, my parents might go.
Look, I can understand this as a hypothetical.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to give me some more concrete.
Well, I mean, nobody
advantages
knows
of
what happens
suicide.
after death. It's all hypothetical. And hypothetically, my friends and family might be affected by my death.
There's
I don't
plenty
know for
of-
sure, but I think they might.
There's plenty of immediate advantages.
Like what? What are the immediate advantages other than you don't have to live anymore?
Someone's going to throw up when they see your brain splattered all over the walls.
Who?
Police commissioner,
Okay.
guy who
They're used to
forensics
it, though.
people,
They're
your
used
mom.
to it. They're used to it. My mom's used to it.
Why is your mom used to it?
She's a forensic examiner.
What about your little brother?
He joined the family business.
All right, well, let's say you kill yourself in front of a horde of people, just normies,
Okay.
and all of them are going to throw up. You don't think that's a huge advantage?
That would be pretty funny.
It would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
I
coming.
can see you're picturing it. I can see on your face. You're imagining like just bombing into a mall and just yelling like "Alaikum salam" and then blowing yourself up, and then seeing all the people throw up.
Sure,
At
sure.
the side of your brains splattered everywhere.
Okay, so that's one advantage, that normies will be upset. Mm-hmm. What else you got?
A real advantage.
Sure.
A real advantage is not hypothetical.
I mean,
Constant news coverage.
what is the news gonna say? Oh, Digibro commits suicide. What is it, like a fuck? Are they gonna have a national holiday to celebrate it? Like, what's the news coverage?
They're probably gonna say it doesn't matter. They're gonna say my name on the news.
Oh, there's one less.
They're gonna show my picture. I'm basically famous. I'm on the news.
Yeah, you're basically famous.
Some people spend their whole life trying to get on TV. I did it just by killing myself,
there's
which
one-
anybody could do, by the way. It's
One
the
less
easiest
otaku.
method.
One less otaku on the internet. Oh boy. Oh, what a great day. Let's report this on the news. Nobody gives a shit.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people think. What matters is that I'm on the television. That's all that anybody really wants in life, is to be on the television. Look at JonTron. He's so fucking jealous of the television that he's modeled his entire career after it now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. What else you got?
Why is it only me? You give a turn.
So those are the only advantages?
I gave you two. Where's yours?
The only advantages are you'll be on television and the normies will be upset.
Those are both great. I haven't heard you say anything.
Okay, so here are some real advantages. You no longer have to put up with the turmoil and pain of being alive, number one. Number two, you never have to talk to a girl again. That's simple. Number three, you never have to disappoint your family again. Obvious. Number four, you're dead. I mean, what is there to say?
You might not be able to talk to a girl again, but that also means you don't get to look at Ivanka Trump anymore.
Are you telling me that there's not, like, fucking... I imagine my version of heaven is every wall is covered in pictures of Ivanka Trump.
But you said you're probably going to go to hell.
I hope I go to hell. There's tons of scat porn down there.
Would you take the scat porn if it meant you couldn't look at Ivanka Trump?
If the scat porn is of Ivanka Trump, that's like heaven and hell mixed together.
Well, look, I think
We're back in the realm of hypothetical.
yeah. I mean, do you have another just outright logical advantage to
suicide?
I mean, those were all pretty all right. I'll give you that.
I mean, think of all the famous people who've committed suicide. You've got Elliot Rodger.
Yeah.
The guy from the Beatles, John Lennon. He committed suicide.
Didn't commit suicide.
He got famous on purpose.
He got shot.
He got famous on
John
purpose.
Lennon got shot to death.
Yeah, he got famous on purpose so that somebody would shoot him.
No.
You got the guy from Nirvana.
You think I want to be compared to that hack?
John Leguizamo.
You think I want everyone... The biggest disadvantage of suicide is that after I blow my brains out with a shotgun, because as you have clarified in your top 10 suicide methods video, it is the best way of doing it, and everyone's going to say, oh, he went like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, you don't want to be compared to Kurt Cobain? He's he's not only one of the best singers of all time, also one of the best guitarists.
Oh, yeah, greatest singer of all time. You can't understand anything he says, and he sounds like he fucking swallowed charcoal all day, every day.
He sings like he has he sings like he has a mouthful of marbles, and it's still fucking delectable, like a chorus of angels just singing in your ear with a mouthful of marbles.
Look, Nirvana was overrated
Nirvana,
as shit.
you could say, is like Nirvana for your ears. Fuck you.
I don't want, after I go through all the trouble of killing myself for attention, for everyone to conflate.
Because why else would you do it?
For everyone to just conflate my suicide with a more famous guy's suicide.
Right. Wait, there's somebody more famous than Digibro?
Yeah, Kurt Cobain. That overrated hack.
That's arguable. I think Digibro might be on level with Kurt Cobain.
If I could get more famous than Kurt Cobain, I would shoot myself in an instant, and everyone would say he did a Digibro.
Kurt Cobain retroactively pulled the Digibro.
Yeah.
I guess that's the difference between our argument. I think that suicide. What were my points? And you think that suicide is because it'll make normies upset? Fuck the normies. I don't care how they feel. I guess this is another one for the vote to decide.
Yeah.
Next episode, we'll read all the results and see who was the plebe and who was the weeb.
No, who is the autist and who's the elitist?
Yep, that's what I said.
And also who was right and who was wrong.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna do both
We're gonna have 8 straw polls in the description.
per question.
I don't know. Okay.
It'll all make sense when it happens.
I don't think it will. So we're through all 4 of our main arguments.
Yes, we've gotten through our 4 main
Do we have
arguments.
any other bits on this show, or is it over?
We can play voicemails.
Okay. Do we have any voicemails for the first episode?
I sent a screener of the episode
What?
to a bunch of famous YouTube celebrities.
Oh, like Kermit the Frog? Did he call in?
You'll have to tell me. I thought I sent you an email with a bunch of files
I don't like this
for
at
you
all.
to play as well. I thought we'd each play a voicemail that we thought was funny.
I don't think I like the idea that you sent a screener of the podcast that we're recording live to a bunch of
Not
celebrities.
this one. I sent them a preview episode that I did by myself.
Oh, hey.
I just argued both sides of the issue because I'm great at debating.
Hey, guess I'm good.
I'm like the best debate in the universe, or best debater in the universe.
That sounds autistic as fuck.
It's incredibly.
If I was the audio engineer on that show, I'd probably quit.
You just get replaced with a even smarter guy.
Smart Mark, you might say. Hey, I just I found we do have a voicemail.
Yeah, we have
Believe
a
it-
bunch of voicemails.
Believe it or not, it's from my friend Kermit the Frog.
Go ahead and play. I love Kermit the Frog. I like the green guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, play me the Kermit the Frog voice.
Okay, beep boop beep. Oh boy, okay. Here it goes. Hey, Kermit the Frog here. Digibro, I just listened to the pilot episode of your podcast, Kermit the Frog.
Kermit's been spending a lot of time down in the south lately, I noticed.
And I think that it was interesting to hear you debate topics by yourself, but I think that your podcast could do better if you had a co-host to debate the other side of the issue. Kermit the Frog here. That's
Well,
my
Kermit obviously
suggestion.
didn't read the email I sent him
No.
explaining the way that the show works. But
Kermit is illiterate.
he's a busy man. I'm sure he's
too busy porking Miss
busy
Piggy.
busy frog rather.
Yeah. He's
All
a
right.
busy frog. He's
I'm
also
gonna-
a man.
I'm gonna play a voicemail as well because as I didn't tell you this, but the screener,
You haven't told me shit.
the screener I sent was I actually argued all 4 of the same topics we did tonight.
Okay.
I tried to predict what your stances would be on
You
the other
probably
side
got
of
him
the topic.
right. I'm pretty predictable.
was about 85% of the way
That's
right.
weird because there's only 4, so you'd think you'd be like either 75% or 100.
Well, I got like half of your "is Jesus gay" argument, but I didn't expect you to be so on the side that Jesus was gay. I thought you would think he was bi, to be completely honest. Anyways,
I'm not against that. That might be true.
here's the next voicemail I have to play. Boop. Hey guys, it's JonTron. I heard you guys arguing about my
shit.
my white race.
Wow, JonTron. I guess
John, are you okay? John, it sounds like you're choking.
is that Jock the bird?
It's Jock.
Oh shit.
John, I'm calling an ambulance.
Oh no.
John, are you okay?
And
What
it
happened?
cut off right there.
What? Was he sick?
JonTron has made an appearance on Twitter since then. He did not call back into the show. I
Oh.
don't think he was happy with the arguments that we were presenting. That
Oh,
I was
shit.
presenting but representing you.
Right.
But
that makes sense.
fuck John.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Fuck-
No. I
fuck
agree
John.
with everything John had to say.
Yeah, but fuck John.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know JonTron was a fan of Digibro's pilot podcast that he told nobody about, and just
I
has
sent
random
it to
people.
him.
Yeah,
John is surprisingly easy to get in contact with.
Oh, I believe it. What else does he have going on? He makes like 3 videos a year. Like,
Yeah.
he's got nothing but free time.
Oh, as far as I know, he's just like always. It's just him and the bird sitting around like on a stoop somewhere thinking about the whites.
Okay, I have another voicemail if we're done talking about JonTron.
Go ahead, play your.
This one was from actually Donald Trump.
Oh my god!
I can't believe he also had the free time to listen to your pilot episode.
Yeah, I sent it to him, and when he sent it back, I wasn't sure if it was real, but I was too nervous to actually listen to it.
Well, it was either real or it was fake news.
So I haven't actually heard it yet. I
Oh.
I sent it to you because I thought you might enjoy the honor, since you.
Oh, cool.
You knew about Trump even before I did. So.
Okay, yeah, I haven't listened to it either, so I guess we'll listen to it live together.
Yeah, live reaction.
Hey, Digi! This is Ivanka Trump.
Oh my god!
I'm Donald Trump's daughter.
Wait, don't look at me. Don't look at my pants.
I'm really happy with the pilot episode you made, and I'm glad that you argued both sides of why my dad is the best president ever.
Turn around and just don't look over here.
Digi, you might not know this, but I'm also a huge fan of your anime analysis videos. I've actually followed you since you started reviewing My Little Pony.
Oh my god.
You're the manliest man I've ever heard of on the internet, and I want to show you my titties, which, by the way, these are fake tits. Mumkey was right. What? Mumkey wins. Mumkey wins. Mumkey's the best co-host ever on the show.
No!
Anyway, I'm Ivanka Trump.
Ivanka, no!
Goodbye.
How could you? I was about to come!
Whoa, that I just came myself. That was a great voicemail.
You cucked me, you bastard!
Hell yeah.
How did she even know about you?
You must have said something in the
I
original.
know I mentioned you in the
Yeah.
But how did she know that you were so good at arguing?
She probably watched my videos, dude. Who knows? Do we have
That's a
any
good
other
point.
celebrity voicemails, or is
I
that
do.
the end? Oh, you have one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully it's almost over.
Boop. Hey, I'm Maddox. You motherfuckers have ripped off the whole concept of my show. The best debate in the universe is fucking copyrighted, alright? It's trademarked. This is fucking bullshit.
Max is pretty good at getting trademarks.
That was it. That's all he said.
Ah,
He
okay.
likes to keep his stuff brief. He's
Yeah,
very
sure.
He's always talking about how
Brevity is the soul of wit.
Yeah, you dumb motherfucker.
Because if
the
anybody,
full quote.
Maddox knows all about being brevity and both being witty.
Yeah. He's the briefest,
The briefest, wittiest boy
Yeah.
there is.
and
Hey.
so are we apparently.
That's cool. We were both inspired by Biggest Problem of the Universe, and that was, co-hosted by Maddox, so it's cool that he's calling into our podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe we should submit this to Madcast Media.
I did. That's what I was trying to
Good.
do with the screener.
I heard
He did
that
not.
there-
He didn't sound like he was going to accept that.
I heard that they're in need of shows because it's been like over half a year and they only have 2.
Yeah.
And he said that they'd have like a whole full podcast network, so that's pretty good.
He, I believe, told you that you would be in the running with your previous podcast.
That's actually true. So
And
back in the day,
and nothing happened.
me and my buddy Manimal did a podcast called Mumkey and Manimal's Movie Expedition or
Missions.
Movie Missions, where like we would watch a movie that the audience votes for, which was like Shrek 2, and a Serbian film.
Yeah.
And I submitted.
And gay niggers from outer space.
That's right. And I submitted an episode to Maddox, and no joke, I'll post in the description like a copy of the email he sent back. Like this actually happened. Maddox told me, "Hey, that's some pretty funny stuff you got going on there."
Which is bewildering because that podcast had shit audio and also hosts and topics and
Yeah, nothing about it was good.
No.
So I think at that point Maddox was so desperate to have anything at all that
Yeah.
like any submission he was like gung ho for. So he said, "Hey, when I start the podcast competition, be sure to submit this podcast for the fans to vote on."
a competition which never happened.
Which never happened.
No.
Which
Nor
never
did-
happened.
Nor did any other show.
No.
He has, I think, one.
He has 2, the other which is like hosted by his friend and nobody watches it.
Yeah, that's what I meant by one other than his.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey Maddox, thanks for calling in.
I
That's pretty
thought
cool.
we could have got onto his network considering that level of desperation, but apparently he just thinks we ripped him off.
I think we could. I think at this level of podcasting, I think we belong on his network.
Well, I'll be sure to send him this episode and each one that comes afterwards, just to see if
Perfect. I mean, he's already aware of it because he called into the show.
right. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get onto the podcast network. Anyway, guys, that's our hour. Thanks for
we did
listening.
it.
I've been Digibro.
I've been Monkey. Thanks. If you listened all the way through the pilot episode, like you have way more attention span than I do. So thank you for tagging along.
Yeah, leave a comment, send a voicemail.
Give us recommendations for what we should argue next time.
We don't have a phone number, but if you have a SoundCloud, you can just upload your voicemails there and send that to us. Maybe we'll play it on the show.
We'll find a way.
But we will only play it if you're funny.
True.
And not a literal retard. So
unless you're David Clegg, then in that
we will
case,
absolutely
feel free.
play anything David Clegg.
Yeah, that's King Critic.
Yeah. All right, everybody, that's it.
Hey, we did it. We did the maiden voyage, the pilot episode.
See you next week if we're still alive.
Probably not.